if Trey Lance can't beat Sam Darnold, and I don't mean they give him the job because of where he was drafted. I mean, if he can't earn the job because he deserves it over Sam Darnold, he shouldn't be a 49er anymore. Because now he's a bust. Like, now he's a bust. Because you drafted him 3rd overall. You traded all these picks away, and these picks turned out to be Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill and all these other, and Jalen Ramsey, I think, is now even a part of one of those picks that Miami got in exchange for that. Like, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a situation where the 49ers could have gone from being one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL, one of the most successful teams in the NFL, on the precipice of championship glory for the first time since the 90s, to a team that's going to be back where they were before John Harbaugh got there. Or was it Jim? Before Jim Harbaugh got there, which is a bunch of nothing. Mm-hmm. So I think Sam Darnold should be the starter.
100%.
I think he's proved it. I think he's earned it. I think despite what happened in New York, I think when you looked at what he did in Carolina, when he had a healthy running back and a healthy offensive line and players were around him and being good, he was 3-0 a couple years ago, and then, of course, lost that one game against the Cowboys on the road, and then everything fell apart. You look at last season, of all the quarterbacks that played last season for the Panthers, he won more games. He had a higher completer percentage. He passed for more yards, threw for more touchdowns, threw for less interceptions. Like, of the revolving door of quarterbacks that we saw step foot on the field last season for the Carolina Panthers, Sam Darnold was the best. Mm-hmm. You take him out of there, and you put him into the perfect situation for a below-average quarterback. Bro, all Sam Darnold has to do is make sure he's throwing it to a player that's wearing red.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or, because sometimes they wear white or black, a gold helmet.
And he'll be on the best team that he's been on since forever.
Not even just the best team, Doug. We're talking about this man played for 2 of the most dysfunctional NFL organizations of the last decade, of the last 5 years especially. Like, it's not like he walked out of New York and then walked into something great over there in Carolina. Carolina is still trying to right the ship back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say this.
Oh, good.
I think Brock Purdy, when he gets healthy, I think they'll probably give him the job because I think he earned it from last season.
100%.
But let's say Sam, and let's use your analogy, Doug. Let's say we go through these first 4 weeks. And I don't have the 49ers schedule pulled up in front of me, but
it's very favorable. Let me tell you that.
Let's say we get to week 5 and the 49ers are 4-0. And it's not like a 4-0, like, and Sam's been playing bad or he's been playing okay or they've been winning. It's like, let's say Sam Darnold's been balling out there. Mm-hmm. Sam Darnold should not only deserve to keep the job, but there should be no conversation about Brock Purdy or Trey Lance the rest of the season.
And I don't think there will be, because I think what Kyle Shanahan showed you last year, right? Because Trey got healthy again by the time Brock Purdy was in, but Brock Purdy was rolling. And, Shanahan said, no, we're going to roll with the hot hand. So I think Shanahan is the type of coach that if they are rolling, and by the way, I don't think Purdy's going to be available until probably week 6 or 7. If they're rolling, and let's just for shits and giggles, let's say that they're 6-1 by week 7, and that's when Purdy's coming back. And it hasn't been on the back of the defense. It's been with good to excellent quarterback play from Sam Darnold, right? I don't think Shanahan says, well, we kind of told him that he was going to be the starter, so I'm going to go ahead and make him the starter. For what? You have no obligation to Brock Purdy. You're paying him next to nothing. You're also paying Sam Darnold next to nothing. Like, they are playing with house money at the quarterback position in San Francisco. You don't owe any of these kids anything. You haven't paid them anything. There's nothing that you need to see from any of them.
Let me put it to you this way as well. So there's certain games on the schedule that matter. There's some that don't matter, obviously. I think the best possible bye weeks to have now with the 17-game schedule is week 9, because you've played 8 games, you get a break, and you play 8 more. Guess when their bye is? Week 9. In the first 8 games of the season, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 5 games against playoff teams. They have to go, or no, they have 4 games against playoff teams. They have to host the Giants. They host Dallas. They go to Minnesota. They host Cincinnati. I'll throw the Rams in there as well, because that's a tough team. It's a divisional team. It's on the road.
But they've owned them in the regular season.
Exactly, which is my point. If in those 5 games, Sam Darnold plays well, and I don't just mean 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers.
We talking 360.
I'm talking
touchdowns.
If he's going over 250, maybe even 300 yards, and we're talking about a 3 or 4 touchdown game, and he's completing at least 60% of his passes, which is what he's done for his career. If he does that for those 5 games, that gives you enough to know he can do that for the rest of the season. If Sam Darnold's projections at the end of the season are over 3,500, at least 20 touchdowns, less than 12 picks, and at least 60% completion, the San Francisco 49ers can go to the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback.
And then I can go to the bathroom because I'm going to be sick.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.